bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
The Cancer Society of Grand Bahama for many years helped thousands of residents who have been affected by cancer. But as of late, the organization is faced with some challenges of their own. Natalia Hall explains.
The Cancer Society Grand Bahama Division is in dire need of help. Since last year, their unit that is located in the well-known Pioneers Professional Plaza on Pioneers Way, Freeport, was damaged by Hurricane Matthew and has not been operational. To add insult to injury, the building was broken into last week. President of the organization, Lauren Miller.
Last week when I came just to check the place to see if everything was still in order, I discovered that the place was breaking in two. And we had a little box with donation, nothing much in it, but that was taken from us. Well, I was really saddened by it because I said, who could break into the Cancer Society? We're here to help cancer patients and their family.
The society works along with the Us Too organization that focus on men with cancer throughout Grand Bahama. Both organizations share the same space in the building, and they both have helped many residents over the years.
We've been doing and we're still doing mammograms. Even though we've been displaced, we had a screening just week before last with 16 persons for their mammograms. We send them to Sunrise Medical Center. Of course, it's free of charge to them. And we help with airline tickets to get to Nassau, where they have to go and chemotherapy. We help with portacats, persons who need that device to have their chemotherapy. We also help with persons who have bone scan. They may need a scan, and we help with that.
Miller says she is asking for corporate Grand Bahama to come together and assist so that they can have a home.
No one can come to us now. No one can find us. I had a number on the door with my personal home number and my personal cell number, and I am assuming that the robber ripped it off because it's not there anymore. You can just see the remnants of the white paper that was there. So it's difficult now to assist the public, and we used to have persons coming in on a daily basis needing help, so we need to really help persons, because that's our motto, and that's what we're all about.
The president says her greatest fear is the closure of the organization, despite the vital role it plays in the local community.
Corporate Bahamas, I've had it in the Freeport News on the 8th of December, but nobody responded to our plea. So this is why we're putting it on ZNS now, because we really, really need a space to operate out.
Now, if you would like to assist, you can contact the president at telephone numbers 375-1498 or 351-5048. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Natalia Hall.
In other news, January 10th marked the 50th anniversary of Majority Rule. Majority Rule is considered one of the most important events in the country's history. Here on Grand Bahama, students of the Walter Parker Primary School all came together this morning for a special assembly to educate students on what Majority Rule Day is all about. Principal of the institution, Jacqueline Pender.
Even though it happened 50 years ago, our students need to understand the struggle, the real struggle that happened those many years ago, and that the opportunities that they enjoy now came out of that struggle. Equality, democracy, these things we enjoy, and we enjoy them daily, but if we do not know the struggle, we will soon forget. And it is very important for students to remember how important today is.
The people in every way. The people were happy. They would scream and shout. They were excited when Majority Rule came about. January 10th.
Guest speaker of the event, Reverend Dr. Emmett Ware, says he was a little boy during that time. He says the students are all recipients of the struggle.
The struggle still continues, and they must continue as young people. So it's our responsibility as older generation to share with them what we have learned, and that in a way that they themselves will continue.
In other news, the Parliamentary Registration Department, servicing a special group of women today, as the largest sorority in the world, Delta Sigma Theta observes 104 years of sisterhood, scholarship, and service. The local chapter began the celebration of their Founders Day by encouraging residents to register to vote. President of the Grand Bahama Alumni Chapter, Denise Sherman, says the sorority was founded 104 years ago. However, the local chapter was chartered in April 2009. Since then, she says they have worked hard serving the community by raising awareness on diabetes, hosting a uniform drive for underprivileged children, and much more.
We do the Reach for the Stars, where we recognize the most improved grade 6 students from each primary school on the island, and we encourage them to do better as they matriculate to high school. We have projects, as sometimes we get projects based on a need. Like this year, we decided to do the toy drive for those students who would have, or children would have suffered loss during Matthew, when we realized parents were out of job, and it came out of a rise of a need. But that's usually what we do. We check the needs in the community, and we work to do what we can to assist where we can.
Members of the largest sorority in the world, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, began their Founders Day celebrations at the Parliamentary Registration Department on Grand Bahama. While members proudly held placards encouraging residents to vote, the president shares why the sorority deems it important to do so.
104 years ago, we were chartered. And just 2 months after our chartering in March of 1913, our founders took part in a women's suffrage parade where they were marching for the right for women to vote. Obviously, voting is serious to us Deltas, and so we thought it only fitting to begin our celebration of Founders Day with coming to register to vote corporately. We believe that your voice matters, and you don't have a voice if you don't register.
Assistant Parliamentary Commissioner Reno Smith says this is what the corporate voter registration is all about.
We applaud you. You could not have celebrated your Founders Day in a better fashion. We're very grateful for you bringing these persons out today to celebrate.
Sherman gives this bit of advice for persons who are hesitant when it comes to registering.
At least give yourself the option of being able to vote. If someone comes along and you think that they can serve us, if you didn't register, you don't even have a chance to put them in position to help us.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Hi, I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Joanne from Freeport sent this question. I was diagnosed with eczema as a child, but recently it seems to be getting worse. So I started using a cream that I bought from the pharmacy a few weeks ago. Is this okay, Doc? Or is there something else I can try? Thanks for your question, Joanne. Atopic dermatitis, which is also called eczema, is quite common. It is an itchy red rash that can appear all over the body, but in adults, the rash commonly appears in creases of elbows or knees or the nape of the neck. Most people develop eczema as a child, usually before the age of 5. Half of the people like yourself who develop eczema in childhood continue to have symptoms of it as an adult and will often experience periods of time where the symptoms will flare up or worsen, followed by periods where the symptoms will improve or clear up. You should avoid triggers like harsh soaps, perfumes, stress, heat, and humidity. Keeping your skin moist, using fragrance-free hypoallergenic products, or mild over-the-counter steroid creams can also help. If your symptoms don't respond, please visit one of our community clinics, as a stronger topical steroid cream, newer topical agents called immunomodulators, and phototherapy are all available options, but can only be prescribed and recommended by a doctor. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us. Ricardo Liveborn has a check on sports when we return.